That's right, my friends. It's time for another installment of Walt Disney World in Pandemic, where we take a look at all things Walt Disney World during this global health crisis. First-hand knowledge, first-hand experience coming your way. And it's Wade here with you for the Kingdom Report, reviewing some dining today, Disney dining, as we focus on Chef Mickey's at Disney's Contemporary Resort here in the Magic Kingdom area. It's breakfast time. We're going to enjoy a lively, all-you-care-to-eat family-style meal in a bright, happy space as the monorail whizzes by. We get to soak up the expansive views of Bay Lake and behold a stunning 90-foot-high mural by Disney legend Mary Blair that overlooks the festive eatery. Here on the ground floor of the Contemporary lobby, you see the Wave Restaurant. That's your cue to make a right for this bank of escalators, where you're going to see a sign above that indicates Chef Mickey's is indeed upstairs. You're going to head up these stairs, the escalators here, and there will be an additional set that you'll need to head up to get to the fourth floor concourse. That is where all the action is. That is where the stores are. That is where the restaurants are. That is where the monorails are. The Outer Rim Lounge is also up here. Contempo Cafe Quick Service also right next to Chef Mickey's. This is also a new experience. Chef Mickey's long held as the character dining mecca for all things Walt Disney World. No characters right now due to the global pandemic. And in order to access your reservation, you're going to need to head on over to your My Disney Experience app. Check in when you arrive via the app, and then the host stand will send you a text message when they are ready. When so, they will bring you forward to the Chef Mickey's entry there, and they will scan your forehead with a thermometer. Make sure you're not exhibiting a fever. As long as you're not, they'll grant you access on into the restaurant. And here we are, inside Chef Mickey's. A seating area that is only used when things get exceptionally busy, and they'll start letting people in further into this area. You'll notice somebody cleaning there. This used to be a general area where you could come take photos at before the meal. No longer, it's just a spaced out place to sit. Chef Mickey's also known as kind of a beehive of activity, a place that is usually hopping with chaos, music playing, characters everywhere. It's a giant buffet atmosphere, but again, no more, as Chef Mickey's has become family style. Distancing everybody out, that buffet is no longer something that you even access. They bring the food to your table. That's what family style is, and they'll keep on bringing it as much as you want. Off in the distance, you do see that giant mural by Mary Blair, and then, of course, the monorail whizzing by as promised. This is where they sat me. Over here in the corner of the dining room, you notice the distance between all the tables. Families absolutely spread out. The one time you can take off your mask is when you are eating actively and stationary. So this is the spot that I am in. You'll notice here on the table right away that breakfast is not the way it used to be. In fact, they ask you to scan via your phone this QR code. It then brings up the breakfast menu, as well as some options there for some mimosas and some libations in the morning, if you so choose. But immediately, they bring us some of the good stuff. Tammy was my server. Face shield and mask was worn at all times, and she always kept her distance for the sake of comfort, always on the opposite side of the table from me. Everything you see here brought out in mass as part of a kind of best of hits of the buffet. You see there, starting me out with the smoked salmon and charcuterie accompaniments, continuing on with the strawberry yogurt parfait, seasonal fruit, and then, of course, the custom breads, danishes, and mini muffins. You'll start to realize very quickly here that there's a lot of food, and you should probably have somebody with you, but I was doing this dining review solo, and so I was all alone with all this food. A dangerous place to be for sure. But you'll also notice, in addition to that, she brought on some eggs, bacon, sausage. There's some smoked kielbasa in here, as well as those huge chunks of ham. In addition to this, there's more. The tater tots for the kid in ya, which I could eat at every meal, of course, and then the cheesy potato casserole, which I adore at Walt Disney World restaurants in the morning. That is one of my favorite dishes. In addition to that, there is some Mickey sprinkles put into your pancakes. You have your famous Mickey waffles, and then some slabs of French toast, almost like French toast sticks in this capacity. So you see, there is a lot of food that has joined me here, and it all comes quite quickly, mostly at once. Again, I say, I'm alone. And take a look at how much food is sitting on this table. Oh my gosh. I felt like a complete glutton. I was sitting there and there were some families, distance, but they were at tables around me and they were looking, kind of wondering, is that guy going to eat all that himself? Is there anybody else coming? It was a great experience, let me tell you. Very humbling. We start out with the fruit bowl, and I mean, fruit is fruit. It's good. It was fine. There was nothing special about it. But then I started to build my plate with the cream cheese Danish, which I adore not only in Disney World, but we serve something very similar in Disneyland that I was always a very big fan of. And I wanted to grab myself some bacon and a slab of that delicious ham. That was something that I definitely ordered a little bit more of a little bit later on. In addition to that, I wanted to make sure that I grabbed myself some yummy eggs, and I gotta share that overall, I mean, this food was piping hot, prepared fresh for me. Not always something you get when it's buffet style. So keep that in mind. All this food came out piping hot as if it was just made specifically for my table, and I think they have so few people visiting right now that they make it to order. So that is a very nice plus. It's not sitting on the buffet for periods of time. It might be lukewarm. Sometimes it's hit and miss. Definitely wanted to make sure some of that cheesy potato casserole made it onto my plate. And then, of course, in addition to all of that, we gotta have a Mickey waffle, right? It's not a Disney World breakfast without a Mickey waffle. So I made sure to grab myself a Mickey waffle to complete my overall starter plate. There's a lot of food on here, and I am getting ready to dive in. But before I do that, I know a lot of people have concerns about the cleanliness of the restaurants and just how it feels inside of these venues right now. Some states don't even have interior dining open yet at the time of this broadcast. I wanted to give you kind of an idea as to what I saw at a table near me. Socially distanced, this was the nearest table. This gentleman came out here as part of the Chef Mickey's crew, and he made sure every square inch of this dining area was totally taken care of. Every square inch was completely clean and over the top thoroughly scrubbed so that the next party would have everything they needed to feel comfortable. And as somebody that has served in a management capacity for a Disney buffet restaurant in my past, I can tell you that bacon is always a source of contention for me because I have been to many a Disney establishments where they have breakfast and bacon is paper thin for the sake of quantity. Here it was thick and it was juicy and it was exactly what you want bacon to be. Very crisp too. The roasted kielbasa was a surprise hit for me as well. Again, don't remember this on the buffet, but I'm really happy that it got brought out in the platter. Then, of course, the cream cheese Danish, a favorite of mine from coast to coast whenever I see it on a Disney menu. Glad that came out in the bountiful Danish bakery platter with all the other goodies. And then the cheesy potato casserole here, also something that I love taking part in when I see it on a breakfast menu. It's just so savory. I mean, it really is. It's one of those things that I absolutely love about breakfast. Call me a meat and potatoes kind of boy, but that's me. And then, of course, the money shot. Look at that syrup all over that hot Mickey waffle. I'll share with you that the pancakes and the French toast slabs, nothing to write home about, nothing special here. The waffle, for the sake of novelty, was good. Definitely took some bites of these just to try them out. This is great if you've got kids with you, especially the fun Mickey sprinkles involved. And then I would say a runner-up when it comes to the Danish was also this cinnamon roll that was attached to the bakery basket. Highly recommend that as well if you're not a cream cheese fan. I also dove into the strawberry yogurt parfait. This was very refreshing, much like the fruit. Again, nothing that stands out to me. This is all very basic breakfast food. I don't want to oversell it because it's certainly not worth overselling. It's a lot of just kind of standard breakfast fare with some unique Disney twists, but for the most part, very basic. And that's what that was. You can't beat this view. I looked out onto Bay Lake, and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful out there, especially in the morning. Everything's so quiet and peaceful. Killer view from my vantage point, and something I absolutely delighted in. Came time for the bill, and I wanted to see what sort of damage was done here. For family style, all you can eat, they brought as much as I wanted. Tammy was so good and attentive. $25 is what this new unique experience is without the characters, and family style without the buffet. Got to tell you, bringing all this food to me in this capacity, pretty darn sweet. I enjoyed that. So is it safe? and is it comfortable? Something that we are evaluating in every step of our Walt Disney World in Pandemic series, because we know that's what's important to you if you do decide to make a trip to Walt Disney World. You'll notice every dining room, right? Usually this place is packed to the gills. You can't even get a reservation here most of the time. Lots of room, lots of distance tables. Everybody that was near me was not near me at all. They were all so far away. There's tons of enhanced cleaning here. Every time I turned around, there was a different employee, different cast member that was scrubbing something down where people weren't even at. They just happened to walk by. And then the server precautions as well was something that I really took note of. My server, she made sure that she kept her distance, especially in the beginning, and really got warmed up to me first and made sure I was comfortable having her around before she ever closed in for the sake of refills and stuff like that. When it comes to is it comfortable, all foods family style, and you are able to take your mask off at the table, so something to remember. But if you want to get up and use the restroom in the restaurant, you do have to put that mask back on. So mask off only at the table. Now, is it worth it? Chef Mickey's, again, a hallmark of the experience, usually a place where you come to meet Mickey and the gang in the morning, lunch, or dinner. This is a hop-in atmosphere all times a day. Very unique to see it like this. It was so quiet, no shows, no chaos, no people running around, no parents screaming at their kids to sit down and eat. It is an upbeat way to start the day. You still have the liveliness of Chef Mickey's, just without the characters. Price for value can't be beat. $25, especially in a venue where you get all you can eat, is pretty darn sweet for Disney standards. It is basic breakfast food, something to keep in mind if you like something a little bit more innovative or creative. This might not be the place for you. And the distance to the Magic Kingdom, it's right out the front door. You can walk to the Magic Kingdom from this resort. That is one of the biggest sell points, and certainly something that I did right after my Chef Mickey's breakfast. Highly recommend that you take advantage of this unique opportunity as long as it lasts, as it is only in effect during Walt Disney World in Pandemic. Hopefully this helped you make some decisions on your end. I know that I enjoyed it a great deal, and if you're not already subscribed to us, I would recommend that you do so for other great content like this. Lots more in our series of Walt Disney World in Pandemic, and I had a great time bringing it to you. Hopefully you will see many, many more dining reviews coming your way in the near future. For the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another edition of Walt Disney World in Pandemic.